Welcome to Chai Time. I'm Sangeeta Dua. As you all know, we have Dr. Faguni Gandhi, and as I promised that we will definitely continue this subject. Ayurveda is such a subject that the more we talk about it, the more we want to know more, and it just intrigues us to know more. So that's why we have invited Dr. Sudha Rajan. Sudha Rajan, she is an MD, and she is in a Clear Lake clinic running right now, and we're going to ask some questions allopathic related and Ayurvedic related. We're going to discuss both of them side by side to get you the information that you need. So, first of all, welcome to Chai Time.
Thank you, Sangeeta.
And thank you for coming and taking your precious time out of the busy weekday from your clinic and coming to our studio just to give this information to your guys, so you guys can get benefit from her knowledge. So appreciate it very very much. Okay. So शुरुआत करते हैं आज के प्रोग्राम के इससे कि जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया था कि आयुर्वेदा एक ऐसी चिकित्सा है जिसमें कि क्योर है, ट्रीटमेंट है, सर्जरी है. BAMS stands for, right?
Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery.
Bachelor of Ayurvedic मेडिसिन एंड सर्जरी. ठीक है. और साथ में साथ हमारे साथ हैं डॉक्टर सुधा राजन एंड शी इज़ एन MD. और आप ये बताएं कि जो आयुर्वेदा है उसमें क्योर होती है, उसमें ट्रीटमेंट होता है, उसमें प्रिवेंशन भी होती है और सब कुछ, लेकिन आजकल आयुर्वेदा को इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ावा क्यों दिया जा रहा है? Why Ayurveda is becoming so popular, then it's allopathic actually is losing its content and losing its popularity on a daily basis. What's the reason in your opinion for that?
One of the main reasons is Ayurveda looks at each individual as a unique being, not as one of a common mass of a whole group. So it defines the prakriti of one person. The allopathic medicine uses all humans in a sort of a group, in a group. So because of its unique, each of us, as similar as we are to others, we are very dissimilar too. We have a lot of differences. And allopathy is catching up with Ayurveda. The philosophy is changing. They are looking more into the natural differences between human beings. And Ayurveda is very curative. And Western medicine looks at the cell and looks at the symptoms, looks at the instant treatment. So it doesn't look at the root cause as much. And even if it looks at the root cause, because the Western medicine is not that goes into a depth because of the lack of knowledge, the root cause, what defined by the Western medicine, is not anywhere close to what Ayurveda defines it. Plus all the side effects of medicines, even Ayurvedic medicines have side effects.
Ayurvedic medicine has side effects? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, if it's not taken in the right proportion, it's not made in the right way, if it's not the same for the body constitution, because again, going back to like what Dr. Rajan said, if everyone is unique, then yeah, not all the medicine is going to be applied to everyone in the same way. And again, it can increase vata, pitta, kapha, whatever, doshas, and that's the reason. There is another reason, I'm glad you asked, because that you have to do, the diet. Whenever you take any medication, you have to follow a particular diet or a particular,
regime to go with that.
Exactly. And that's where
Sure, and Ayurveda emphasizes so much of lifestyle, and allopathy has caught up now. It's saying lifestyle is such an integral part. It's not just writing a quick prescription. That is the hard part, because it's easy to take a pill. It's very hard to go exercise, do all change the diets with a fast lifestyle everybody leads. And there comes the conundrum of how to help patients.
Yes. Well, one more thing, that being both of you as an origin of India, being an Indian woman, being a mother, being a housewife, being, running a house, running a career, running everything together. I'm sure you have social network too that you have to pretty much, go to and then keep up with it. And the children demands on a daily basis, plus the clinical demands on a daily basis, running the staff, dealing with a mainstream media pretty much at the same time. I'm coming to the point is that how do you deal with all of that, and why you think that being an Indian woman and being a career woman at the same time, do you understand the womanly issue a little bit more better when your patients come to you, like women patients come to you and they discuss their issues? You can relate to them better because you can understand where they're coming from, why they're going through what they're going through versus the American doctors. Now, having a good understanding of all that, what do you recommend? Is it better to go with allopathic medicine or is it better to go with the Ayurvedic medicine?
It depends on the situation. A holistic way of looking at all of because every stream of medicine has something to offer, something unique to offer. So, even though one stream may be a little bit different in its angle of look, so if you can be very holistic, and if you can go to an allopathic doctor because of their extensive training for 6.5 years in anatomy, physiology, and all the other things, they tend to be better with diagnostic tests and very specifically what to do, and acute care medicine, emergency medicine. Whereas if you can go to that type of a person, maybe they have some other background, like Indian doctors have some background. Growing up in India, we are exposed to kitchen medicine through our grandmothers. So we all know Ayurveda, even though we may not have a degree, we have a basic understanding. So that's why Indian doctors may be a little bit better off than a Western trained medicine, because to them all this is very foreign and they have to be really trained through a structured program. For us, it just comes naturally through by osmosis, just growing up in India. And so if it is a very open doctor who's open to other streams of medicine, even if they don't know and if they understand some of the principles of the other streams of medicine, we can always send our patients to those, so they get the best of all the knowledge. Like for example, I'm not an Ayurvedic physician, but I have a very good understanding of where it comes from. So I can tell patients, okay, for this disorder, I would really like for you to go to this person. Many of the Western, my American patients appreciate that. And in a big city like Houston, we have the resources.
Yes.
We are not in a very small town where we cannot say, and I would not like them to go just to the internet and say, I have Vata, Pitta, Kapha, what do I do? That doesn't work. So I always tell them, don't Google is not a doctor.
Exactly.
Google may do a lot of things,
yes,
but Google does not have the degree, and you probably get sidetracked into a lot of unnecessary data and confusion and anxiety,
yes,
just by Googling.
Yeah, I tell my children also, sometimes they say, I said, I am Google. They say, what do you mean you're a Google? I'm like, well, on the other side of the Google, somebody like me sitting giving you the answer. So I am Google. Ask me what you want. And I will give you one kind of stupid answer, then you will have to believe it because it's coming from Google.
Right.
It's just on a fun note.
So many
in Tamil, we say Google Devam.
Google Devam.
Google God.
God,
Because he has the answer for everything.
For everything, exactly, yeah.
Yes.
And on that question, I wanted to say,
same
Ayurveda
question.
is more like a complementary medicine, I think it should, Dr. Rajan, is definitely very important that, the acute medicine, the emergencies, the surgeries is way ahead now because we've lost a lot of Ayurveda, like I mentioned last time. And of course, it's not anymore, there's no more research in Ayurveda, there's nothing new in Ayurveda, and so that's the reason. So that modern medicine is definitely a very important part of our lives, but Ayurveda can be like a complementary medicine,